$5. Just 5 small dollars. Most people spend it without thinking. A Starbucks latte on the way to work. A slice of pizza from Domino's when you don't feel like cooking. A quick impulse buy on Amazon Prime that shows up in a box that you don't even remember ordering. It doesn't feel like much. Pocket change. Harmless. But here's the twist. That same $5 could quietly grow into $500. Not by gambling, not by luck, not by some secret trick the rich keep to themselves. By one of the simplest, most powerful forces in personal finance, compound interest. Or once you understand it, you'll never look at a $5 bill the same way again. Because $5 isn't small change. It's a seed. And seeds, when planted, grow. Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you'll see how every $5 choice is either building your freedom or burying it. Mr. Thing once built himself a castle. Not of stone, not of wood, not of gold, but of receipts. Every day he stacked another brick. $5 for coffee, $10 for delivery, $15 for an app subscription he barely touched. The castle grew. At first it was small like a garden wall, then taller, wider, stronger. Soon it was a fortress of wasted dollars. From the outside it looked impressive. Comfort, convenience, little luxuries. But when Mrs. Thing added up the bricks, the truth was sobering. Thousands gone. Not a single coin had grown.
These little spends are not harmless. They are seeds. And every day you're choosing whether to plant them or throw them away.
Think about it. A Starbucks latte at $5 a day every day for 10 years is over $18,000. Enough for a decent used car. Enough for a down payment on a house. Enough for a serious chunk of retirement. Instead, it's just whipped cream in a cup you threw away. Mr. Thing groaned into his foam and muttered, "I guess this latte was my retirement plan." So what makes this so powerful? Compound interest is money earning money. Then that new money earns more money. Then that money earns more. It's multiplication in disguise. Picture a snowball at the top of a hill. At first it's tiny, you could hold it in your hand. But as it rolls, snow sticks to snow, and that sticks to more snow. By the bottom, you're no longer holding a snowball. You're running from an avalanche. Time is the hill. Start early and the hill is long. The snowball has space to grow. Start late and the hill is short. By the time your snowball gets going, it's already run out of slope.
It's not how big the snowball is when you start. It's how long you let it roll.
Mr. Thing rubbed his forehead and muttered, "So all this time I thought I was broke, but really I was just impatient. Small doesn't stay small. With time, it multiplies. That's the quiet magic of compounding." Now here's a shortcut you'll love. The rule of 72. Take the number 72, divide it by your interest rate. The result tells you how many years it takes for your money to double. At 8% growth, money doubles every 9 years. So 5 becomes 10, 10 becomes 20, 20 becomes 40. And if you give it enough decades, that forgotten 5 quietly becomes 500.
Your money is like a worker. Put it to work early and it hires more workers. Those workers hire more still. Before long, you've built an army.
Mr. Thing sighed into his empty coffee cup and muttered, "So I've been firing my workers. One latte at a time." Here's the rehook. This isn't about math on a page. It's about your life. Because the workers you fire today are the opportunities you'll regret tomorrow. 2 people set out on the same path. Saver 1 began at 20. They invested $50 a month for just 10 years. At 30, they stopped completely. Never added another cent. Saver 2 began at 30. They invested $50 every month for 30 years. Triple the time, triple the effort. So, who ended up richer? Logic says Saver 2. After all, they put in more money for longer. But when the numbers were counted, Saver 1 came out ahead. Why? Because they started early. Their money had more time to double, to multiply, to roll down the hill. Saver 2 was always chasing, but they could never catch up. Mr. Thing groaned into his coffee and muttered, "So procrastination just costs me thousands."
Yes, delay is the most expensive habit of all.
And here's where it gets uncomfortable. The most dangerous financial habit isn't overspending, it's waiting. Let's make this personal. $5 doesn't feel like much, but put it into perspective. Invest $5 a day at 8%. In 10 years, it's almost $25,000. In 20 years, it's $75,000. In 40 years, it's nearly $400,000. Now compare that to where people actually spend it. $5 on Starbucks, $15 on Netflix, Hulu, or Disney Plus, bundles you barely watch, $10 for Amazon Prime just so boxes can arrive faster, $20 on Domino's or McDonald's because cooking felt inconvenient. Each one seems harmless, but together they're not comfort. They're chains.
Every dollar is a decision. You can either feed your appetite or your future.
Stared at his Amazon box pile in the corner and muttered, "So basically, I've been building my castle out of cardboard. The small spends of today are the broken dreams of tomorrow." One day, Mrs. Thing opened a closet in their house. Shirts with tags still on, shoes worn once, jackets that never left the hanger. It looked less like a wardrobe and more like a graveyard of impulse buys. She asked Mr. Thing how much all of it cost. He shrugged and said, "Not much, just 20 here, 30 there." But when she added it up, the total could have funded an entire year of investing.
Every shirt you don't wear is money you've buried in fabric. Clothes can cover you, but they can also cover up your future.
Fast fashion hauls from Zara, Shein or H&M promise a rush of happiness, but the numbers reveal a different story. A $25 shirt you wear twice costs you more than a $60 jacket you wear for years. Cheap isn't cheap when it robs you of compounding. Your closet is a mirror of your money, full but not fulfilling, busy but not building. Mr. Thing loved delivery. Domino's, Pizza Hut, Uber Eats. Whenever he felt tired, the solution came in a box dripping with cheese. Each order seemed small, 20 here, 30 there. But one night, Mrs. Thing stacked the pizza boxes like bricks, a tower of melted mozzarella. She pointed at the stack and said, "This isn't dinner. This is your savings plan, eaten slice by slice."
Convenience costs more than calories. Every delivery is a choice between feeding your stomach or feeding your future.
And she was right. For the price of one large pizza a week, invested instead, Mr. Thing could have grown a portfolio worth thousands over the years. But instead, he built a tower that toppled at the recycling bin. What fills you for an hour can empty you for a lifetime. Then came Black Friday. Mr. Thing rushed into the sales with his wallet wide open. A 40% off TV, a 70% off air fryer, a 90% off gadget he didn't even know existed last week. The receipts looked like savings, but when Mrs. Thing added them up, they were just losses disguised as bargains.
A sale doesn't save you money if you weren't going to buy it in the first place.
Mr. Thing groaned as he looked at his cart full of boxes and muttered, "So the only thing I saved was the store's profit margin." Here's the parable echo. Two builders each face a storm. One builds on rock, the other on sand. Black Friday purchases are sand. They look strong for a moment, but they collapse the moment the storm of bills arrives. The world shouts, "Buy now." Compounding whispers, "Wait." Which voice will you follow? Late one night, Mr. Thing scrolled Netflix, then Hulu, then Disney Plus, then Amazon Prime. By the time he'd checked them all, he realized something. He'd spent more time searching than watching. Mrs. Thing raised an eyebrow when she saw the bills. 4 subscriptions, hardly used. That's $50 a month. $600 a year. Invested, that's $10,000 in 20 years.
Entertainment is cheap, but distraction is expensive. Don't just count the cost of what you watch. Count the cost of what you lose.
Mr. Thing groaned at his blank watch list and muttered, "So I've been binge-watching my retirement melt away. What you stream today disappears tomorrow, but what you invest today streams dividends for life. But compounding has a dark twin, debt. The same math that multiplies savings also multiplies what you owe. At 24% interest, debt doubles every 3 years. 1,000 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4. 4 becomes 8. Mr. Thing once called it the castle of chains. Every swipe of the card was another brick. Every unpaid balance another tower, until he realized the fortress he had built wasn't protecting him. It was trapping him.
Compounding is neither good nor bad. It simply multiplies. What you feed it determines the outcome.
Compounding is a servant. If you make it work for you, it builds. If you make it work against you, it destroys. The choice isn't whether it will compound. The choice is whether it will compound for you or against you. Mrs. Thing once explained it with a parable. A farmer had a bag of seeds. Each day he had 2 choices: eat the seeds or plant them. The farmer who ate his seeds was full for a day, but when the season ended, his fields were empty. The farmer who planted his seeds stayed hungry for a moment, but when the season came, his fields overflowed.
Your dollars are seeds. If you eat them all today, you will hunger tomorrow. If you plant them with patience, the harvest will come.
Christians hear echoes of ancient wisdom here. You reap what you sow. But even if you've never opened a Bible, the truth is the same. Your financial harvest tomorrow depends on the seeds you plant today. Mr. Thing sighed and muttered, "So all this time, I've been chewing on my future." One evening, Mrs. Thing gave Mr. Thing 3 envelopes. On the first, she wrote needs. On the second, wants. On the third, future. She told him to divide every paycheck into those 3. 50% for needs, 30% for wants, 20% for the future. At first, he rolled his eyes. Too simple. Too obvious. But when he tried it, the chaos turned to clarity. Suddenly the castle of receipts shrank. The pizza boxes, the Netflix subscriptions, the closet clutter, all began to fade.
Budgets don't restrict you, they release you. Because when you tell your money where to go, you stop wondering where it went.
Freedom doesn't come from having more, it comes from managing what you already have. Money always reveals the heart. Spend it on fleeting comforts, and your life fills with clutter but little progress. Plant it with patience, and your future fills with freedom.
You can serve your money, or you can make your money serve you. But you cannot do both.
The wise don't measure wealth by what they spend today, but by what they quietly grow tomorrow. Mr. Thing groaned as he scrolled through an online sale and muttered, "So every click is a choice of who I'm serving." Here's the echo of an ancient truth. Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. So here's the challenge. The next time $5 slips through your fingers, pause. Ask yourself, is this just a cup of coffee? Or is this my future 500 slipping away? Compounding doesn't care about excuses. It doesn't care about feelings. It only cares about time. And time will either work for you or against you. $5 is not small. It is a seed, and given patience, it grows into something far greater.
Plant wisely, harvest freely.
Add, subtract, divide, repeat. That's all it is. Not complicated, not advanced math, just simple numbers anyone can use. The question isn't whether compounding works. The question is whether it will work for you or against you. And that brings us to the end of this story, but not the end of the lesson, because compounding is only half the battle. The other half? Lifestyle inflation. Mr. Thing once got a raise and immediately upgraded everything. A bigger apartment, fancier clothes, pricier coffee. His income rose, but his savings didn't.
Raises don't make you rich. Habits do.
In our next video, we'll explore the hidden cost of lifestyle inflation, why bigger paychecks don't always mean bigger futures, and how to break the cycle before it breaks you. Until then, remember this: every $5 is a seed. The only question is, will you plant it or waste it?